Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Welcome back to my channel. So today it's 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. But anyways, today obviously I am going to be doing another eye makeup tutorial. I'm going to be doing the Mini Love palette from Natasha Denona, and this is going to be fun because instead of comparing it, I'm going to be using my brand new Natasha Denona Star palette, which is brand new. I've never used this, and I'm super excited. But aside from that, hi, I am here to help you spend money. No, anyways, it is close to tax time when I'm filming this, and I know if you are as makeup obsessed as I am, I know somebody out there is gonna want to be spending some money on some makeup. And personally, you might want to spend some money on some luxury brand eyeshadows, and Natasha Denona might be one of those brands. So I started this little mini series to test out Natasha Denona shadows and try them out against other brands. So I have two previous videos called my Tropic Palette, which I tested out against Morphe's formula, and just so you guys know, Morphe sucked in comparison to it. I also have one titled the Metropolis Palette, where I tested the Natasha Denona formula out against Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I found that even though Natasha's was more special as a luxury brand, the formulas were very, very similar, and I would definitely recommend Anastasia over Natasha Denona, as you could spend a little bit more and get more shadows. So if that was the route you were looking for to go, is like to spend more money and get less, like more shadows, and you're okay with it not being a luxury brand, I would definitely recommend Anastasia's shadows. And I also filmed it against the e.l.f. Bite Size shadows, and I found that the e.l.f. Bite Size shadows formula is the most comparable and very, very affordable too. e.l.f.'s eyeshadows are $4. These are $25. And I'm also here to discuss the difference in prices and what you get from Natasha Denona. I will be doing that after I do the tutorial. So let's get into it. This is going to be super duper fun because the Star palette is basically two 9 pans put together. This is a more warmy gold, and this is a more cool toned, and of course we are using the Mini Love palette, so I'm going to be focusing more in the cool toned area today. It's going to be fun. I am going to take R, which is a creamy matte, right here. And I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do. But we're just going to see how the shadows take us. And yes, this brush is dirty. Don't mind me. I have to clean my brushes. I'm going to do a more Valentine's look, I guess you could say. So I want to go ahead and start out with the difference in Natasha Denona's shadows, the sizes you get, and the prices. So the cheapest one you can get is going to be the $25 minis, and it is a 5 pan. And just so you guys will know, they're quite small. The pans are quite small. If you have the Catrice 5 in a box, then the shadow sizes are about the same. But Natasha's formula is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and swatch R. It's this one right here. Hope you can see it with my lights. That is our swatch. It's a very dusty rose mauve. Came off very beautiful on the crease. It blended out just fine. No issues whatsoever with that. I am going to dip into the Star Palette now, though. I'm going to take the shade, I think I'm going to take Vega right here, which is a creamy matte. Just to kind of blend our a little bit. So the idea behind this video is to help you guys decide what, if you are spending your money on your tax return on some luxury makeup, what to buy from Natasha Denona, because Natasha does have very different palettes in very different ranges, and I have pretty much every single one, except for the 28 pans. I don't have those because, Mama, that's a car payment. That's more than my car payment, and I just can't do that right now. Maybe next year I'll get them, but the biggest thing is that I'm not actually into the color scheme of the two palettes, which is another reason why I don't own them. So Vega was very, very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the pan size between the two, just so you get it, just so you get like an understanding. Again, these are very small, but really, really cute. I really like them. She does have themed palettes, so that's nice also. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and dip into Love, which is a metallic, which is this one right here. And I'm going to do, I think, a halo effect today. So I'm just going to put this on the inner and outer portion of the eye. So another thing Natasha Denona has now is called kits. These are limited edition, just so you know, and she does have one available currently at the time I am filming this. It's called the Mini Crush Kit. It's the Valentine's Day kit for this year, and it is a $25 kit that comes with the Mini Crush palette, which is the same size as the Mini Love, but the difference is it comes with a brush. I've talked about these before on my channel. If you've watched it, then you know I recommend the kits over just getting a mini. So if the Mini Crush palette looks like your style, your colors, get it. It's definitely a good deal because the brush, actually, I have one. It's not that bad. This brush is the one that came in the Mini Metropolis kit, but it comes with a brush, and the brush isn't that bad. So you literally are getting a mini palette and you're getting a brush from Natasha Denona for free. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch Love right here. Her metallics are very hit or miss for me. So this is Love, which is what I just put on my outer and inner corners. Which you can kind of see, this color is going to show up a lot better with a finger. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pat it on a little bit more. My finger. Yeah, that really showed up a lot better. You guys cannot hear Kai snoring, but if you can, it's 9 o'clock, and I have more videos to film, so I guess. Alright, so that is not bad, actually. I really like it. I have other brushes. I think, tell me where they are. Why am I missing brushes? What the fudge nugget? Mostly all of my brushes are dirty. So I am gonna go into You, which is a duochrome, which is probably not gonna show up on this brush, but it's whatever. I will go in with finger if I have to. This is very chunky. It's very chunky monkey. A lot of fallout. That is one thing with Natasha Denona shadows I have found. No fallout, really, ever. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and swatch it. This is it right here, and I am going to go in with my finger on my lid. That is that duochrome, very chunky. You can actually see that chunk of shadow. me go ahead and blend that out. So blended out, it's actually quite sheer, but again, just really chunky, Fallout City. Sure. So you want to be careful with that shade, for sure. So the next step up in price is going to be the $50 5 pans that are way bigger than this, and I will get them out to get a 5 pan out to show you. I do have the Camel Palette. It was $50. This is the shade My. It's a creamy matte, and I'm going to take it on a crease brush and put it in my crease. This is a palette you definitely can do a full look with, and I like it. Definitely did not need to dip into the Star palette, but I wanted to. Okay, so I literally just got up so I can show you guys. This is $50 from Natasha Denona. It's the Camel Palette. It is another 5 pan. You're literally paying $10 per shade, whereas with a mini, you're paying $5 per shade, right? Yes. And just look at the difference in size. Please just look at the difference in size. Obviously, the difference is gigantic. They both fit in your hand just perfectly, though, so I definitely say weigh your options, because this was a lot of money for 5 shades, and they're all neutral. And I haven't used these yet, so I can't tell you guys my review on it yet. But that is an option at Natasha Denona. Okay, so let's keep on with this tutorial thing. I don't know what to call this. Okay, I think I'll just use this brush. And back into my mini love. I'm going to take the shade True right here, which is a metallic, a very pink toned white. Again, I like this palette because you can do a full look with it and not really need to dip into another palette. I literally only dipped into the Star palette to clean up a little bit of a mess. And it was my fault because my brush was dirty. No additional product on this. And just blending and loving it. Love it. Love it. I'm going to go ahead and swatch the shade True right here. While we're at it, I forgot to swatch My, which is a creamy matte. So here is True and here is My. Ooh, so that didn't swatch very good. I'm going to blend it out. Okay, I didn't have any issues with it on the eye, but in this swatch it is looking extremely, extremely patchy. But aside from that shade, which it didn't swatch good, but it applied on the eye just fine, so do with that information what you will. So the next step up from prices at Natasha Denona is going to be her $65 palettes, and they look like this. So I have 3. I have the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, which was $65. It's based off of a sunset. It's very, very warm tone. So if you are into warm tones and you want to spend the $65 of your tax refund or whatever, then this might be the palette for you. It's super duper warm toned, like I said. The shadows in these palettes are the same pan size as the minis. I just want to go ahead and show you guys. They're the same size. I'm not sure if you can really tell, but they're the same size. So these are a smaller pan. I don't like this packaging. Also, you can poke them out if you want to put them in a Z palette, but why would you do that when you're spending $65 on a Natasha Denona palette? Just makes no sense. I also have the Love palette, which I'm going to show you guys now because this is the bigger version of the palette I just used, which is the mini Love palette. And I just fell in love with this combo. And I actually ended up buying it in January, and I love it so much. This is just personally my favorite palette right now to use. but it's just, I'll talk about it later. And then I have the retro palette because I wanted to get the bronze palette and the glam palette, but when I did my order, they were sold out, so I'm just waiting for them to come back in stock at Sephora, and I'm just going to order them from Sephora. But this is the retro palette. Andrea Mattiliano sold me on this palette, and I will never ever look back because it is gorgeous. Again, not a fan of this packaging though, but these are the $65 options. Okay, so now we're getting into the why I wait for the taxes to order Natasha Denona prices. Just want to finish eyes. It's fast. Okay, I'm gonna go camera and finish my eyes. I'll be back. I have some bad news. My Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes mascara, I think, is dead. This was my favorite mascara of last year, so it is time to get rid of it, but it was really good, and I think it's actually dead. But anyways, these are the palettes that are $129 from Natasha Denona, which is why we wait for tax time to order them. This is the Lila palette. I actually got mine on sale from Sephora for $64, so it's half off because I think she's discontinuing it. This is the old packaging. I prefer this packaging. It does match the Star palette, and just wanted to let you know the pan sizes match the $50 5 pans. You can actually see the giant difference in pan size. But again, I just love I love the packaging of this. I don't know why. And I just kind of keep the unit run because I'm like, I got such a good deal because I paid 50% off for it. Okay, the next one I have is another $129 one. I paid full price for this one on the Natasha website. It's the Sunset palette. It looks like this. It is a neutral warm tone lover's dream. If the Sunset palette, this is Sunset. If the Sunrise palette was too warm, red and orangey tone for you, then this might be a good compromise for you. And she does still have this palette. For me personally, my standouts are this yellow and this white. Like these, my eyes are just immediately attracted to this yellow and this white. And those are typically the shades I want to play with when I dip into this palette, if I'm being completely honest. And then finally is the one that hurt my wallet, but I'm so glad I have it. It's $129, and it is the Biba palette. It's the neutral Biba palette. This is obviously different packaging. I don't like this packaging, but whatever. This is iconic. Everybody loves the Biba palette, and you can see why. It's just a very versatile neutral palette. You have your warm tones, your cool tones, and you have your neutrals, which is perfect. Again, don't like the packaging. Alright, next step up, and the one I personally recommend, is this $189 Star palette. I love this. This is in my everyday kit. I just think that this is perfect because it is two 9-pan palettes. Put together. I like this one because you get the warm tones. So perfect for, in my opinion, starter. And then you have the 28 pans, which is like $200 more expensive than my car. I don't own, probably will never own, so I can't recommend them. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that social media stuff. See you guys in tomorrow's video.